Tonight's the night for football, everybody. The bright lights are on, the stage is set, and the crowd is ready. It's Monday Night Primetime on EA Sports. As the work week kicks off tonight, another week of football comes to an end with a Monday Night Primetime contest between the Houston Texans and the Seattle Seahawks. Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And here we go on Monday Night Primetime. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Come on. Set. Cougar 19.
Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he takes it in for a 4-yard pickup there to begin our game.
That is simply a stay on schedule kind of run. Nothing more, nothing less, just right on schedule.
2nd and 6.
Come up after that 4-yard gain. It's 2nd and 6.
Let's go now. 60 Bobcat. Ready?
From the gun, Milrow. That's caught. Rashid Shaheed makes the play. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on the drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Ready? 70 Timberwolves.
Here's Milrow, 1st and 10. Here's a screen out for Walker. It's going to be a short pickup down to the 45. Look at Jimmy Ward getting up there to make that stop.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down.
Here we go. Set. Bronco 80.
Shotgun now for Milrow. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and the quarterback will find you again.
Walker on 1st down. Running there full steam ahead, but he ran out of steam pretty quickly. No gain on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here we go. Top, go.
Pistol now for Milrow. Quick slant, caught by Shaheed. And he's going to take this to the 23. The stop made to set up 3rd and very short.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. That one is caught. Horton has it. And he's going to have enough for the 1st down. Not by much. He got it. That's all that matters. Sets him up with a 1st and goal.
That's another Seahawks 1st down. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Running left. Here's Walker. Hit behind the line, and the ball is loose. And the Texans have recovered it. It looked like those 6 points were theirs. They were right there on the horizon. But so just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. After a fortuitous recovery, this will be second down.
Check Bobcat.
Charbonnet now up the middle. And this is brought to a halt pretty early at about the 8. Just 1 yard on the gain, so now it's going to be 3rd and goal from the 8.
This may be one of the only spots in goal-to-goal situations I wouldn't even consider a run. Now, as a quarterback, you better be aware of those eyes defensively because they're going to be all over you in the passing game.
This needs to find the end zone, Brock. It's 3rd and goal.
Cowboy. Check.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. And it's incomplete on 3rd and goal.
Oh, that was such an opportunity lost. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points on the series. And instead, well, he just couldn't quite hang on.
Myers' kick is good. And our game starts with a field goal on the opening drive.
All in all, Kate, I'm going to call that a good start. Offense established himself, moved the ball, and the kicker able to give him a lead.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10. First give on the ground. It's Woody Marks. And that carry only gets one on the plunge up the gut.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. I'm a more aggressive call on 2nd.
Stroud completes it quick. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line.
A gain of 6 yards.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3.
Here we go.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Ooh, and almost an opening drive pick, but he couldn't hang on. He dropped it. So the potential turnover ends up on the ground as they'll bring up 4th down. The Texans set to punt. Secures this at the 17. They take him down as he goes out. Now let's check on this penalty. A quality return initially, but much shorter after you take away the yards from that holding call. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out.
70 Timberwolves.
Walker off his own read. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know. What do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL. But it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
Milrow from the gun. Gordon down the field, and he's got it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. It's a 29-yard gain, and that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle. Double coverage, deal breaker for a lot of QBs, Brock, but less so when it's a target you trust.
You know, it's interesting, Kate, even 20-something years ago, watching Marvin Harrison and Peyton Manning work, every defense would go into every game trying to double cover him, but yet those two, well, like we just saw right there, just got it done regardless.
Finds him over the middle. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives the Seahawks the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
Walker now from the gun. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Kamari Lassiter getting up there to make the stop.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? It doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
60 vices, 60 vices.
This is Walker on second. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
Danger, King. Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
To the line and set. Here we go, first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Now it's Milrow. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Offense is set. This is 2nd and 2.
Get it.
They give up the gut to Walker. And he's dropped just short the marker, maybe a yard away. We're through one on Monday Night Primetime. Just 3-0 is our score. More from Lumen Field in just a minute. Back now for the second quarter. And the Seahawks, they have got to look towards the end zone. Curtain short, it's Milrow. Gets it to him on the screen. And this one had no chance. Hit well behind that line. That brings up 4th down.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Myers' kick is good. And another field goal makes it 6-0 for them.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good. Get into that rhythm and start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with Marks. Blast through midfield. And finally stopped at the 34. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. That sprung him to get to the second level and beyond.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35.
118.
Look at hot, look at hot. 19 Texas.
Stroud throwing here on first. Short pass brought in. And he stopped at the 31-yard line.
Well, we saw his guys pick up the blitz. He felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. He's unable to get away from that tackle. Good work by the defense. Nothing gained on second down. So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Going on third down, Stroud. Bails out of the pocket quick. Challenges, double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. The 30. The 10. And they're going to score. It's a pick six for Seattle. play, Brock. That play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, and the Fox come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers. And he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And that one flies right on past the end zone. Did not make an effort to even hit the landing zone, Brock. So they're going to gift him a drive starting at the 35. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
Here we go. Hey, uno more. 19.
Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Safe to say there's been an early disconnect between the planning phase and the execution phase for this offense. Might be time, Kate, really to get back to basics, to the calls that you just trust the most.
Here we go.
2nd and 10, Stroud to throw. Has a man, Dalton Schultz. And he's going to be hauled out on a gain across midfield, down inside the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 22. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
Look at high, look at high.
A gain of 22 yards.
All right.
And the Texans.
To the air, Stroud. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
The lack of points and the lack of yards have just gone hand in hand here in the first half, and they both really trace back to the same root cause, an inability to consistently find and exploit any opening in what's been a very sound defensive game plan.
All right. 19. What's that? 19 Texans.
On 2nd down, Marks. He scraped together a few yards, but not much. 3rd down coming up.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
He's got it. Complete to Collins. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. A gain of 15 there. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
A gain of 15. First down, Houston.
Here we go, let's go. Swat, love it, swat. 11.
Off the play action, here's Stroud. Flushed out of the pocket. He just throws this one away.
Okay, I got to believe he harkened back to that earlier pick and thought the better of making another. Getting outside the pocket, he was either going to try to run for it, had nowhere to go, so he simply threw it away.
On the 24 once again, it's 2nd and 10.
One more. Hey, uno. All right.
Stroud off the play fake. He had it for a moment, but a quick defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was hoping to get it to take Dell there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Fairly safe to say as that one falls incomplete this first half so far, it's not met the standard they set for themselves.
All right.
3rd down, run by Marks. And he is well clear of that marker. That effort's going to set them up with a 1st and goal.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. The motion the slot man right. It's here to the motion man. Fighting for the goal line, and he lost it. It's out. And the Seahawks have it. And he's taken down here at the 16-yard line.
Put a check mark by that one. You're going to remember that one, not just over the course of this game, but I guarantee you in the offseason when you're watching effort. That was all about effort. Backs pressed against the wall when you're down here defensively. And that's the type of play that coaches love to see from everyone.
Has a hole left, room to run. He's at the 30. Made at the 10, 1st and goal coming up.
He just didn't quite have the last bit of burst needed to finish it off. Don't be surprised to see them go his way again soon. Give him a chance to earn that touchdown.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Ready up.
Bringing the offense up to the line. First and 10.
Ready. 70, Timberwolf.
From the gun, Miller brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
On the check.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Crack all 80. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready.
And off to Walker from the gun. And 2 yards all he can get. It's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just feel like in the background of every ho-hum run is a bigger play. Just needed one more component. Hit that extra block a little longer. Find the lane quicker. The defender may be a half step late, and this could have been much, much more exciting.
60 is.
From the gun on 3rd down. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Darren Stigley Jr. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And he's going to just get this across midfield before he's taken out of bounds. The big play nets him 17 yards. And it'll be 1st down Houston. One play in blocking his drive is already in enemy territory.
All right. 19 Texans. 11.
1st down throw by Stroud. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. So that brings up 2nd down.
Here we go. Hey, Uno. 18. What's that? Hey, Uno more. Under. Hey, south. Hey.
Here's a handoff to Marks. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. The clock rolls as the Texans try to hurry their offense to the line.
It's a gain of 10.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Finds him on the crossing route. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. Timeout coming from the Texans. That's their first. And they'll come up on 1st and 10.
That's another Texans.
From the gun, Stroud. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he's got it inside the 15 before going out.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
It's been plays like that that have kept this game scoreless, and they can't execute. They will continue to do so.
7th play of the drive now as they need a yard here on 3rd down. Looking to throw on 3rd and 1. This connects with Schultz. And his short game gets them a new set of downs. Houston calls it 2nd timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
1st down, Houston.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10.
18. 11. Hey, Uno.
Again, Stroud. He brings it in. And he nearly gets him another first down as they force him out just shy of the marker.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
And he gets in. Touchdown! The Texans get their first point of this game just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
Point after, up and good by Fairbairn. And the Texans get it back to within 6.
Texans 7. Tiny Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. So no return this time. Let's see if they run a play or if they just decide to kneel out the half.
At their own 35-yard line.
Somebody gotta do it. Somebody gotta do it. Do it. Turn his TV off. And with my type activities, then don't you get involved. Hey, how many shit I seen them all. Take a whistle, take a trip. No, I'm tripping for my dog.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything.
18 Cardinal, 79 Broncos. Go.
He'll throw it. Looking downfield, snagged by Arroyo. And he's all the way across midfield, down inside that 45-yard line. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. Final timeout called by the Texans. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. So with only a single second remaining, they're going to try a field goal. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. And this one had a brief chance, but not a good kick in the end. He misses it. So we're through 2 quarters now, still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They go play action with Stroud. Cut out left. Get some space around midfield. And he's down inside the 40 before he's escorted out. Gain of 26 yards there. And it'll be a first down, Texans. Fresh set of downs now from the 39.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Gets marks on the handoff. And they shut him down on this one. They get him behind the line, and that should push him out of field goal range.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, that came at the perfect time.
The stop is made, but not until he reaches that 17-yard line. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And it'll be first down, Houston.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
Here we go. Out. At 18. That's it. 11. Why, Tony?
Stroud off of play action. That one connects. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans come through with 6. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. It kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. So we got a touchback. This drive will start at the 35. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Kalen Bullock up to make the stop.
That's the kind of yardage it's not going to kill this drive on the first play, but it does put you a little bit behind schedule. Now 2nd down becomes critical because nobody wants a 3 and out.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Running with Walker again. And he's going to be brought down after a gain of 5, right up next to that line to gain.
Humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Ready.
3rd and a lone yard coming up.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Pistol now for Milrow. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Garrett Stingley Jr. And the Texans take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season. Well, no doubt they envisioned that as the start of a second-half push for the lead. But the defense, well, defense had other ideas, Brock, protecting their team's advantage and taking possession back on the first play of the series.
Not the way you needed to start the half if you were thinking comeback, but exactly the way to start the half if you're trying to take this lead and step on it. That's a defender who sensed the need for a splash play and delivers.
And they'll only find 1 yard up the gut. 2nd down.
This offense is now left with some ground to make up a little bit here on 2nd down. After that drive starts, a very minimal gain.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down.
18.
From the gun, Marks gets it. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. A gain of 2 follows up a gain of 1, and now they're left with 3rd and 7.
18. What's that? 19 Texans.
Throw here, 3rd down. Schultz with the catch. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. We've set it downs from the 37.
It's a gain of 10. And the Texans 1st down.
Uno. 19 Texans.
And up the middle, it's Marks. His charge towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
You'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
4 yards on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 6.
18. What's that?
Now it's Stroud. Trying to set up a screen for Mixon. He finds space into the red zone. And he's finally taken down at the 16-yard line. A pickup of 17. And it'll be a 1st down, Texans.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. So long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Offense getting set. Here's 1st and 10.
Here we go, let's go.
Dell now in motion right. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
He's brought down at the 15-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9.
Here we go. At 18. What's that?
Man in motion here. Now Marks. We call it 1, maybe 2 yards of the end block. It's third down.
The tackle made at the 12-yard line. A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
Hey, uno. 18. What's up?
Man in motion, out of the slot. Throwing on third down, Stroud. That's caught for the first. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
It's a gain of 11.
A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
First down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
And he's over the line and in. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans parlay the interception into points. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Texans grow their lead to 8.
Seahawks 13. Fairbairn to kick off for Houston.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Heading to the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this first and 10.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Drive begins with a walk or run. And it's first and bounds after picking up about 7. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have second and 2 next.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Looking for a pass on second and short. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. No luck finding his receiver that time. So now they have third and short.
Yikes. As that pass falls to the ground, Kate, you kind of just sense their desperation, just kind of oozing out of them. Running out of time to start connecting on more of these and really break open the scoring in a way they just have not been able to do so far.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Jalen Petrie. And the Texans will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
They'll take over first and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down.
Oh, hey. Why Tony? 18. What's up? Look the hot. Under.
They send a man in motion.
19 Texas. Hey.
First and 10 are on the Mixon. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be second and 8.
It's second and 8.
11.
On play action, here's Stroud. Inside, into the hands of Dell. And he goes out of bounds as everyone turns to hear from our referee. Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. They'll take second down behind the sticks now after that holding call.
18. What's up? Hey, uno more. Hey, uno. Why Tony? Under. Look the hot.
All right, we've reached the final quarter of Monday Night Primetime. It's the Texans in possession of it, needing to preserve that lead over one final quarter. All right, here we go. Second down.
Oh, ready? Tony. Buggy. Hey, south. Out to the right. 11. Hey!
Shotgun now, first round. Taking it off here to Mixon. Still has some space inside the 35. And he's going to have this one down to the 20. Excellent pickup to move the chains. 36 yards in the end. That last shot took him right down to the front of the red zone. Here's first down.
18. That's it. Uno more.
From the red zone now. Has him on the quick hitter. He's forced out of bounds after a gain of about 4 there. Second down.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason. And one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Now again, it's Marks headed right. Ran into a wall that time. A couple of guys able to hold him right at the line of scrimmage. So third down now.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. Chased out to his right. Making the call himself. And he goes out of bounds. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down. That's a big bonus for the quarterback.
All set up for an insurance score here. It's 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. Their dominance against his ground game rolls on, Brock. Add another stop to what's going to be some real nice film for them to watch.
How many times do you think in your lifetime, Kate, you've heard from a defensive coordinator, job number 1 is?
Stop the run.
And they've been doing it.
Now we give to Marks. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. A pick up of 4. That brings up 3rd and goal.
4 yards on the pickup.
That's twice now where runs have not gotten them into the end zone, but you kind of set yourself up. Actually, you set yourself up really well for a little play action right here.
Big play coming up here as everyone gets set for 3rd and goal.
All right.
Now here he goes on the boot. Finds his back, Marks. And in he goes for the Houston touchdown. The Texans have a commanding 14-point lead now in the 4th. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open.
Pressure off left, and it's blocked! Ooh, and I think he envisioned this one going all the way back for 2, but they're able to track him down and limit the damage to just that blocked kick. Now, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. And he got all on that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Back to work after throwing the pick. They connect on the deep shot. He's taken down as he takes this to the 38. They get 27 on the play. And that gives the Seahawks the 1st. And for somebody who's been picked off like he has, Brock, you gotta admire his determination to keep attacking these coverages.
Yeah, that is risk. Right into double coverage yet again. But this guy's got what I call a high belief factor in himself.
Milrow with it on 1st. Short pass brought in. He's got it in the red zone. And they're going to have 1st and goal. He's out of bounds just shy of that 5-yard line. That one goes for 31 yards. And that will set up 1st and goal.
Okay, that play's so indicative of why tight ends in this league have become just an X factor. Right, they're big, they can block at the line of scrimmage, but the elite guys, they've got that speed, and they can take something short and make a difference with it down the field.
Looking inside the red zone. To the end zone, but incomplete. Couldn't get it. That's going to set up 2nd and goal.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here is 2nd and goal.
Here we go, here we go.
Walker now from the gun. And he won't challenge for the goal line to stop Maine at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves him a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Let's go.
Shotgun now for Milrow. And he's going to have the Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks now within 1 score in the 4th.
Okay, we talked to enough coaches over the years, and find me a good red zone offense, and typically you'll find me a good, creative quarterback. One that can extend the play, use his legs as effectively as he can his arm.
Myers to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Seahawks chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a 1-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And he just sends this out and over the end zone. So no threat of a return. They're going to spot the ball up at the 35 to begin this drive. Nice starting spot for the Texans here. They're about set. 1st and 10.
All right. Swap. Another swap. Down.
Stroud off the play fake. Headed out right. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
Do you feel sometimes, Kate, up here in the booth when we get to see things develop? We're playing the same guessing game that defenses are on those kind of plays. Is he planning on keeping it or just waiting for a throw to develop and get open? That time the QB did a terrific job of finding that outlet.
And the shotgun, a gift to Mixon. He's taken down, but not before he has this all the way to the opposing 40. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it'll be 1st down, Houston.
That's just not the guy defensively you ever want the open field. Frankly, with the amount of space he had at one point, they're lucky to have limited to the gain they did.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Keeping it with Mixon. Quite the turnaround these last 2 plays, huh? Nice gain on the 1, and now they get him behind the line. Offense in the hurry up here.
A loss of 2.
Tony.
On the Seahawks 42-yard.
It's Mixon on 2nd down. Keeps on moving into the red zone. And he'll get this across. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans go up by 2 scores, 13 points in the 4th. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown.
And that right there is why you continue to feed a running back. Definitely the most we've seen him do with any touch this game, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered.
Fairbairn now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Texans double their lead to 14.
Seahawks 20.
Fairbairn has it all all set up for the kickoff. Okay, well, that one's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else we got here today. So that football coming out to our 35-yard line. And into the line, the Seahawks in a good spot as they prepare for this 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Milrow. And they pick him up again! Jimmy Ward has it. And the Texans get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. All set to go now from the 35.
Here we go.
Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Going deep towards the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. The Texans making a 3-score game in the 4th. Nico Collins with the touchdown.
Those front office personnel people love to pair speedy wide receivers and ask their coaches to do just that. Put some play action in there. Let him go run. Because with his speed, that route is a winner, chicken dinner.
That one right down the middle. And the Texans stretch their lead to 21. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. 1st and 10. Running left, here's Walker. And he'll manage 3 there to begin this one. 2nd and 7 coming up. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and
So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from Seattle. Seahawks hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. This is 2nd and 6 coming up.
Let's go. Let's go.
Staying with Walker. Avoids a defender. We've got a foot race. And he's going to have this one down to the 37. Give him 24 yards on that one. And that means a fresh set of downs for Seattle.
That's good for the Seahawks. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
New set of downs from the 37.
Ready? Cowboy 80. Ready, right?
1st down throw here from Milrow. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
That is a DB's best phrase, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
From the gun, Milrow. That's caught. Here's that Charbonnet. Has room inside the 25. And they bring him down after what he thought was a great game, but officials are saying he had some extra help. We got a flag down. I think this might be a hold, partner. Their work doubly as difficult now after that holding call. It's 2nd and 20.
Come on. Ready?
Milrow from the gun. Escapes out to the left. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Here we go. Step.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Kamari Lassiter with the pick. So as it tends to do, roughing the passer comes at the worst time possible for this defense. That interception goes away.
Yeah, and that is such a lonely place as you finally hit the quarterback, but you look next to you, you see the penalty flag, and you know right away. And then to see your buddy on the other end get a pick nullified, that's a lose-lose situation.
Okay, ready?
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1.
Let's go now.
Throwing now, Milrow. complete out to the right. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a design keeper for Milrow, and he's able to manage a couple on that run.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
Milrow looking to throw. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1. 14 yards on a nice play there, and it gives them first and goal. Walker will not score, and it's not going to get back to the line either. He lost close to 3 on that play. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. So they're first to 3. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. It's second and goal. Throwing here, Milrow to the end zone, but incomplete. That play's going to force third and goal. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear.
He runs it across, touchdown! The Seahawks pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown! A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to 4th and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating the defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop them on 3rd and goal.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
On now is Dixon to kick this one away. And this is going to be a touchback, Brock, so we'll see what they decide to do with the final seconds they've got left here. The Texans set up nicely as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. They'll start this drive with Marks. Powering his way forward a bit, give him about 6 there to begin this drive.